Hey, thanks for tuning in to High on Horror. I'm Drew.
And I'm John. This episode and every future episode is dedicated to all the horror hounds and smokers out there who want to expand their knowledge of the genre and have a good time.
Today we're reviewing the horror comedy, rom-com, action movie, mob thriller. Did I miss any? Renfield.
I mean, you forgot horror. It's still
I said horror comedy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think you nailed everything. I'm pretty high. I made sure I was pretty high to go see this movie.
Yeah, if you listen to this podcast, you know that I practically forced John to go to Renfield with me.
I mean, I could have kept it all free screen, and I said, I'm good.
Yeah, right, yeah. But yeah, me too. I passed it up for Evil Dead Rise. But, yeah, so today we're going to review Renfield, and we're going to see who was right and who's wrong. We're going to see if John was right or if I was right and wanting to go. Stick around and hear our thoughts. There will be spoilers at the end of the episode.
There will be spoilers.
All that and more today on High on Horror. Interviews, reviews, and the latest news all rolled into one. All right, if you just heard that train a-rolling, then you know that means it's Strain Wreck, the segment of our show where we talk about what we're smoking. And looks like John's got some pretty good shit over here. What do we got, John?
I got some cotton candy. It's funny because Leafly listed as 19% THC, but the bag I got say 25%. So,
ooh.
But cotton candy, it's also known as cotton candy Kush. It's a hybrid marijuana strain made by crossing lavender with power plant. I've never heard of power plant.
No, I mean it sounds legit though. If you were just like
WCW power plant.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I feel like we should be watching Killer Clowns from Outer Space, right? Smoking this shit, man. It's putting me in a Killer Clowns type of mood.
Fuck, it might wrap you up in a cocoon when it's done.
You'll feel like it anyway.
The result is a big, bold cherry flavor with undertones of flowers. That's weird. I've never heard it described. I mean, it is a flower. Cotton candy effects are euphoric and have relaxing powers that keep you stressed. Keep stress and pain to a minimum. Medical marijuana patients choose this strain to help manage chronic pain. It's known for being euphoric, giggly, and happy.
Giggly.
Negatives, number one, there it is. It's making a return, dry mouth. Paranoid and dry eyes. Dry eyes. You remember them Ben Stein commercials?
Oh, yeah, of course, man.
But, yeah, the flavors are sweet, lavender, and flowery.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. I can't wait to try it.
And, on a side note, I know this doesn't affect many of you fuckers out there, but Delaware finally going full wreck.
Yeah, how'd you put it? Prohibition is over.
Prohibition's over in the first state.
Hell yeah!
About damn time.
So so from here on out, we could say that like we're legally smoking weed on this podcast.
Yeah, technically, as of this recording, we're recording. I guess technically now it's early Monday morning. It's just after midnight. So at 12 o'clock, Saturday going into Sunday, it's over. And then we still just got to wait because our governor don't want to sign it. The one that actually set up the dispensaries and shit. So, yeah. So, fuck yeah.
Big move for Delaware finally, man. About fucking time. Yeah. I was just going to say though, man, yeah, that bud looks really good.
And my fucking lighter, bro.
I got you right here.
Oh, shit.
So, look, before we go in depth into the Renfield, though, I wanted to share a few things that I found out. As you'll see when you see this movie, the Renfield is supposed to play off of the original Bela Lugosi Dracula from 1931 and act as its direct sequel, even though Renfield died in that movie. But okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
I just want to throw this out. So Renfield is basically also taking the path of Halloween 2018.
Yeah, basically. And as far as Nick Cage goes, Nick Cage said that his favorite Dracula is Christopher Lee. So big kudos to that because that's my favorite Dracula as well. But Cage said he tried to channel some of his essence in his voice and portrayal of Dracula while also trying to have that like Bela Lugosi Transylvanian accent. I dug it. I could see it. You know, I could see it. You could kind of see it.
But there was like times I feel like maybe just once or twice where he was talking and he was kind of in the Bela Lugosi like accent a little bit and it just kind of dropped like midway through the like conversation.
Yeah, I also felt that his teeth like got in the way of him talking a few times.
Yeah, it kind of felt like that He was like Vito Corleone. Fucking Marlon Brando had them shits in his cheek to like talk.
And his jowls.
Yeah, like you could see like his mouth movements. It looks like it was kind of a big maybe mouth prosthetic.
Yeah.
Well, obviously it was a prosthetic, but like.
Well, speaking of that, it's funny you said that because Renfield is actually the movie where Nick Cage has worn the most makeup and prosthetics in his entire career.
Yeah, I mean, nah. What about that time when they dressed him up like John Travolta?
You got me for a minute.
I saw you try to process
I was
it.
like, wait, what did this weed get into me? I didn't even hit it yet, but the weed get into me.
You smelt it.
Yeah, right?
No, but yeah, I mean,
kills.
it's. I said yeah, no, but yeah, I mean, I just rambled there. Yeah, I can't even think of a movie like this. Has to be far and away the most prosthetics. There's a lot of makeup and changes that goes through
more than
in the
I
movie.
thought too, based on the trailers, you know. But and yeah, I liked how Nick Cage said he went about the role. He said that he treated the role of Dracula as if it were any other role. He tried to find organic emotion and mindset and start from the inside out. For an evil character like Dracula, you try to find the innards of what makes them work.
The innards.
Well, okay, with that being said, I guess let's cut to the chase, man. And let's you can break it down for us and let's go over what our thoughts are.
All right. Renfield is a 2023 American comedy horror film directed and produced by Chris McKay and written by Ryan Ridley, from a story by Robert Kirkman, who also served as producer. As this is obviously inspired, I would hope most of you would probably know, from the characters of the 1897 novel Dracula by Bram Stoker. The film stars Nicholas Hoult. I can never pronounce this woman's name. It looks like it's Aquafina.
Oh shit!
Yeah, dude.
Shit.
Aquafina. I'm probably
I'm gonna help you out. Hold on, let me see if I can. I just
tell me it doesn't like Aquafina.
wait. It is. It's legit Aquafina. Okay, never mind.
I mean, I might be pronouncing it wrong, but anyway.
They spelled it differently to avoid copyright issues.
Ben Schwartz, better known as John Ralphio to us.
Yeah, from Parks and Rec.
Adrian Martinez, Shora
That's the one I was going to struggle with, man. Shora Agasalu, I guess.
And Nicolas Cage. In the earliest, I don't think earliest is a word. I just invented a word.
Jesus Christ, get it together.
Bro,
son.
it's that fucking cotton candy, sweet and low. Let me see that Tootsie Roll. I think I messed up those lyrics, but anyway. In the early 20th century, the famous vampire Count Dracula meets English lawyer R.M. Renfield, who ends up becoming his familiar by consuming bugs and gaining super strength and speed. The Pope and I forget, there was a couple other people there. There were
some priests and the Pope.
Yeah, they have Dracula trapped. They almost kill him, but Renfield saves them. They had him in a circle of protection, and Dracula talks him into letting him out. And in the end, Dracula almost burns completely up when they shoot out a window, which brings me to the question that I had when I first saw it. Why didn't they just shoot the fucking window to start with while he was in the fucking protection thing?
It's too little too late, maybe. I don't know. That would have been the way to do it.
Yeah, so Dracula's like pretty fucked up after. He looking like Frank from fucking actually no, he looked like Fire Marshal Bill from In Living Color.
Yeah.
Later he ends up kind of looking like Frank from Hellraiser. He kind of doing the same thing, huh? Now that I think about it.
What's that?
It's just like Frank. He's got to feed on blood to fucking become whole again.
Yeah, technically.
Damn, they ripping off Hellraiser in this bitch.
Yeah, and Renfield is Julia. Bringing them the bodies to feed off of.
I think Julia might be stronger. Anyway, fast forward 90 years later, Renfield is exhausted of bringing victims to Dracula. He moves to Nylands, where he discovers a self-help group for codependent relationships. And so his idea is to plan to hunt down abusive lovers from that group to give to Dracula so that way he doesn't feel remorse. And he shows up to one of the guys, and he's attacked by several criminals while he's hunting them, and an assassin hired by the rival Lobo family. in this like fight scene, like Renfield is like Neo, Logan, and John Wick like all mixed into one, right? Like,
Speaking of John Wick, this movie is much more enjoyable with the John Wick soundtrack bumping. If you're
dude,
like us,
it got real silent in the group thing, and you just hear the music just fucking bumping from the next theater.
The theater next to us was, I knew the part too, it was where John Wick was fighting Killa, but the bass of that dubstep came through our theater and it sounded like it was part of our movie. It was,
Yeah, I was confused for
rad.
a second because I've not seen John Wick 4 yet.
You will.
I mean, at some point. After killing the assassin, he brings the corpse back to Dracula's lair, which Dracula doesn't like. Apparently, if you're a criminal, you taste like shit to Dracula.
Yeah, trash.
Yeah, that is what he flat out called it, trash. Meanwhile, a police officer named Rebecca Quincy and her sister Kate are dealing with the corrupt Teddy Lobo, who is released from custody despite throwing bricks of cocaine at Rebecca. Like, he's running away because his assassin gets his head punched off by Renfield after he eats some bugs, and that shit goes smashing into his window, and he just starts driving. It's a DUI checkpoint.
No, hold on. Renfield straight Jason Takes Manhattan. That juggernaut looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Head
then
hits the window like you said. That
yeah,
was
so he speeds off like Dale Dennon in Pineapple Express after he sees the shooting. And he's just like freaking out in the DUI line, and then he realizes he has the coke in there, and he just starts running with the coke, and they're chasing him, and he goes, he said, I have a prescription. And he just starts throwing bricks of cocaine. That one, it hit the cop. He just starts freaking out. He goes, But yeah, so then he's even in the interrogation room confessing to nobody out loud, and they let him go because he got money.
Because the mob crooked.
And also, when the sisters talk about their father had been killed by the Lobo family because he wouldn't, at least the story they tell us, that he wouldn't be corrupted, so they ended up killing him. When the sisters talk about the father dying, that's one time I feel like the comedy felt really out of place.
Yeah.
Like, Rebecca keeps, like, stopping and, like, looking back towards her sister, and it's supposed to be funny, and I'm like, you guys just had this, like, super heartfelt moment about, like, your father dying and how both of you were living with that in your own way, and then there's just, like, this comedy out of nowhere. That was the one time I really felt like the comedy just kind of really felt out of place.
Yeah, totally. I would agree with that.
And Dracula tells Renfield that the criminals he brings as food are insufficient. He demands the blood of something pure and innocent instead. And Renfield goes to the restaurant to abduct commoners, but he and Rebecca are caught in an attack on her life by Teddy. The two defend themselves and kill several gang members. Teddy's ordered by his mother to hunt down the man who killed her foot soldiers and ends up encountering Dracula in his lair. And that ends up leading to an alliance between the mob and Dracula. Something I had zero... If you had me make predictions about this movie coming in, that is not one I would have seen coming.
Agreed. And it's funny because I have not seen like vampires mixed with the mob since John Landis's Innocent Blood, which is an okay vampire movie. But it's like that's kind of the thing is it's like a vampire hunting the mob, and then she bites a mob member, so now the mob kind of starts their own like vampire clan, and kind of like it's the only other time I could think of the mob getting involved in a vampire plot.
Then John Landis murdered somebody for real.
Yeah, kids. Facts.
And Vic Morrow.
Yeah.
Renfield decides to make a life for himself apart from Dracula and helps the police try to stop the Lobos. Also, he gets himself an apartment, which begs the question, where did Bull get money for an apartment? Like, he's just been serving Dracula for, like, all these years. Like,
right, where did he get the cash?
Is Dracula, like, just giving him money?
And his decorations, bro. The way he decorates, it's so, like, new age. Like, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I wrote about... Yeah, I was going to stop here anyway for spoilers, but something about decorating his apartment I brought up in my review. But yeah, I feel like this is probably a good stopping point if you haven't seen the film. So for me, this was my most unlooked forward to. I don't know if that's the correct term, but like the movie I wanted to see the least this year was this movie. I had zero interest in this film. But I knew I had to see it to tell all you fuckers about it. So, but with that said, I enjoyed it much more than I expected. Nick Cage gave, honestly, one of the best Dracula performances. Like,
did really
it
good.
was entertaining as hell.
Agreed.
If everything was on the level he put into this character, it would have been a 10 out of 10. For me, I liked it more than I thought, but it was still a mixed bag of a film.
Yeah.
Like you alluded to, it threw in too many genres. Like, it was a horror, it was a comedy, it was an action, it was a rom-com, it was a mob.
Out, but it's fucking true when you said that.
Yeah,
it almost doesn't know what it wants to be. The plot's kind of convoluted with all these little.
I don't know if the mob thing. I mean, in the end, it does all come together. I just don't know if it could have been done in a more efficient way.
A simplified way, yeah.
But yeah. So with that, and I mean, but there was like so many little things that made me laugh. Like, you were talking about the decor, and I pointed this out to you. It made me laugh. He has memes basically on his wall,
yeah.
And the one just says YOLO down bottom. And it's a picture of fucking waffles. Like, dude, that shit made me laugh.
Yeah, just ridiculous stuff you gotta look for.
The mat on his door, which ends up causing him some problems. Like, it's funny because, like I told you, like, it happened, and then like 10 seconds later, I went, "Oh shit, I just got that."
Yeah, the floor mat scene's pretty funny. The floor mat, I mean, yeah.
They hated on ska music, which, by the way, the Voodoo Glow Skulls fucking rule. Fuck you, Kirkman or Ridley, whoever wrote that. Also, I don't know if you caught this, and it was way past it, and they never did it again. But there was one part, at least, where John Ralphio, I don't know why I can't remember his name in the movie, but Ben Schwartz is talking with his mother.
Lobo, Ted Lobo.
Oh, yeah, Teddy. Yeah. I don't know if you caught this. When they were talking, at one point, there was music that if you listen carefully, it sounds just derivative of the Godfather score.
No, I didn't
like,
catch
I
that.
kind of laughed. Like, I noticed it right at the end, and I was like, it wasn't the Godfather score, but, like, you could catch, like, the undertones of, like, the theme from it. Overall, I'd give it, like, a 6.8 out of 10.
Okay.
It's not great or good. It's better than I thought. I enjoyed it. I'm actually, something you said, it's a buddy film. Like, if you just want to throw something on in the background with somebody, like, it's a good movie to do that. I'm not going to go out of my way to buy it. But, like, if it pops on Vudu for, like, $4, yeah, I'll buy it.
Yeah, this is absolutely a buddy movie. It's definitely better with friends. Like, I can't see myself watching it by myself for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
But I could see myself if, like, you're over, I have a couple people over, like, let's put it on for something to, like, kind of laugh at. And it's kind of like that. First off, the opening with the Pope was fucking dope. And the fight scenes are ridiculously fun. I thought that it was shockingly violent and gory. I did not expect it to be that violent and that much blood. That's a good thing, though. But Nick, like you said, Nick Cage did a great job as Dracula. Nicholas Hoult as Renfield, though, to me was meh. I mean, he was comical, but like I wasn't overall impressed with his performance. He didn't make the movie good, in my opinion. But this movie did make me laugh like really hard a few times. I was sitting right next to you, and you saw me. I was laughing for good periods of time too.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was one scene where I thought it was funny, but man, it fucking got you.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was, but I just remember I was like, damn, Drew's just laughing for a minute.
Yeah,
I think it was a small theater. Mm-hmm. Like we had maybe 10 people. Yeah. I think we might have been the only ones that enjoyed that movie.
I didn't hear reactions from anyone, but yeah, Renfield is a fun time. It's dumb fun, and it's easy to watch. Like you said, it's far from perfect, but it's a fun watch, and you get points, and like you stay atop or stay afloat rather, just for being entertaining. Like Joe Bob said, the one cardinal sin any movie can commit is being boring, and this movie's definitely not boring. So
yeah, it's got a lot. Not a lot.
6.5 out of 10 for me.
It's got things wrong with it for sure.
If you're looking for a
but
great
it's
movie,
still entertaining.
Yeah, if you're looking for a great movie, go watch John Wick or go check out Evil Dead Rise. If you're looking for like a fun movie, if you're baked and just like we were baked and late at night, this is a perfect movie for that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like I said, 6.5 out of 10 for me. You said 6.8, so close enough. Your numbers are a little different than mine, but I feel like we're pretty close on that.
Yeah, one. I'd say about the same. So yeah, if you don't want any spoilers, get out of here. Make it a blockbuster night.
Make it a blockbuster night.
All right. before we continue down the story, you really want, for spoilers, kind of like Evil Dead, how we just jumped this on. There's something you really want to bring up.
I just want to talk about the part where Lobo gets kicked in the gut, man, by
Teddy.
But yeah, when Teddy gets kicked in the gut by Renfield and Bull just puked and shitted himself.
Dude, tell me why. The only
Just
time.
bodily liquids everywhere.
No. The one thing I want to say is tell me why, when that happened, they showed an internal, like I meant to say, you know how I said he was Neo, blah, 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 and all that mixed up? I forgot Sherlock Holmes from the Robert Downey Jr. ones.
Yeah, with the X-ray.
But then, and it was funny because I kind of thought that with his fights, even though it kind of didn't break down that slow, but that was from Sherlock Holmes. But it's the only time it's used in the movie from a fight scene where it shows the internals, and you just see both ends, just explosions.
Yes. And that was one of the things was I was already cracking up at it, and you leaned over to me and go, "Did he just shit blood?" And I started cracking up more. It's not often that you're watching a movie where the person next to you.
But I just want to know who was
Did they just shit blood?
We gotta show the internals on this.
We gotta make him shit.
Like I said, the only time it happens in the movie. I was like, what the hell? This hadn't been used in any fight scene before that.
I gotta say, I'm really not cool with the amount of poo being used in movies lately. I feel like poo is it's like everybody's doing a shit
Josh
scene.
thing.
Everything anymore has a shit scene in it, man. And it's like, nah, man, we can't keep this as the norm. We can't have a gross poop scene in every movie. Just poop is nasty.
You want to talk about gross poop scenes? Have you ever seen the movie I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell?
No, I thought you were going to ask about Solo.
No, I mean, that's pretty bad. But it's for I guess maybe not that extreme.
Okay.
It's a comedy movie. I have to show you that. I watched it and I laughed throughout the entire thing. And then, funny, I was going to say I shit you not, but not even on purpose. I looked it up afterwards, and it was voted worst movie of the year, and I'm I laughed through this whole thing, but there's a fucking shit scene. It's fucking so disgusting.
Oh god. Yeah. All right,
anyway,
so I guess I'm gonna be subjected to that anyway.
Back to Renfield here. So Dracula learns of Renfield's betrayal and slaughters the self-help group members in front of him. That shit had me laughing when he opens the door. He's like, "Welcome, come on in." And it's just, no. Which is back to his doormat. It says, "Welcome, come in."
Yeah.
And he looks at it. When Dracula comes in, he's like, "Shit."
Yeah. You look down, you're like, "Damn, that took me a second, but I got it." Fucking doormat welcomed him inside. That was pretty funny.
And Rebecca finds Renfield surrounded by the dead bodies of the self-help group members. Although, is it really self-help? It just seems like help.
Yeah, it just seems like talking out loud.
She arrests him and escapes with him from the corrupt police officers, which I guess I'm jumping a little ahead there. When she goes to take him in, her partner's holds her at gunpoint, and basically now the Lobos want Renfield since he killed everybody.
Yep.
And she ends up deciding to escape from them and the Lobos. Renfield and Rebecca end up storming the Lobos' headquarters. That was kind of...
Headquarter, not headquarters.
Headquarter. HQ, dog. It ain't HQs. I did like that scene, though, where they were he was like, I need holy water. I need four metal stakes or whatever.
I just showed her getting all strapped up. Yeah.
Renfield and Rebecca end up storming the headquarters, only to find that Dracula has empowered over a half a dozen gang members with Renfield's supernatural abilities.
Basically, he made a little army of Renfields. Yeah.
After a fight, Renfield kills Teddy by making him throw up and shit blood.
Shitted
himself to death. And Rebecca faces off against Dracula, who has Kate bitten to near death. Well, I guess maybe not near. Well, but basically dead.
Yeah.
He says she's dead.
She's dead enough.
She tricks Dracula because he's trying to get up in that and trying to make her at his side. He's trying to slide in them DMs. And she tricks him, which, I mean, everybody saw that shit coming.
Yeah.
Leading to a final standoff with Renfield and Rebecca. And they end up capturing him in the Circle of Protection, which you knew that was going to happen the second Renfield mentions it And Rebecca's like, that's a thing. Let's just forget that.
Yeah, right.
And then at the end, that's how he gets caught. She said she looked it up. That shit is what had me dying. She said, I looked it up on a Wiccan Tumblr.
Yes. Yeah, it's a fucking magic circle. That shit was hilarious, dude. Yeah, that was one of the ones that had me laughing for a few minutes.
And then Dracula got beat down like fucking Michael in the streets in Halloween Kills.
Yeah, they hopped his ass with fucking
She
arsenal.
shot him, chopped him up, bashed him.
Well, it's like Renfield said, they never know exactly what it's going to take to kill him, so they did it all.
Yeah, he said there's a lot of books written over the years about how to kill him.
They turned him into fucking ice cubes.
Cement ice
Cement ice cubes.
And then like buried him in a well.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Which I could see them. Well, I was gonna say I could see them trying to make a sequel out of this, but this shit did terrible at theaters.
Yeah, it only made 10 million opening weekend, and it's only dwindled since.
Yeah. So, Renfield, Rebecca, they beat him into pieces, and they capture his healing blood. That was ridiculous. That was the one that made me go, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah. I was right above him. Right above him.
Somehow, like, what? Like, 2 stories down, or like a floor down, his blood perfectly drips out and goes into Rebecca's sister and brings her back.
And Renfield.
And Renfield.
But it didn't. But the bullet didn't hit him. Shot straight through his foot, so the blood would land in his mouth.
Yeah.
But the bullet didn't hit him. But the blood did. Okay.
And and then he ends up using it on the self-help group. Brings all them back.
Yeah, Dracula's blood pretty much brings back everybody he killed. He's essentially able to bring back all of his loved ones.
And now, so now my question would be, does he get to keep these powers now that Dracula's gone?
That's a good question.
Because I feel like if you lose the powers, shouldn't you just die then? He's like 700 years old.
Yeah, agreed.
Or I guess he's not 700.
Well, no, he's like 70 or 80 years old, but yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I feel like at the end he looked healthy, like he wasn't powerful anymore. But like you said, then shouldn't it retroactively kill his ass if he's not like trying to stay alive after all these years? Or he should have just got like withered and old. But yeah, but when did you ever expect to see like Dracula in like an abusive relationship? This was some like this is just oh damn, I can't think of the name of that movie. I'm terrible with I'm high right now, but it's just Renfield just basically essentially being like the submissive in a relationship to like a dominant male who's very bossy, and it's literally about like a toxic relationship. It's pretty funny. Who would have thought to see Dracula in that role?
And I mean, the trailers I thought looked terrible, and I mean it was better than what I thought it was going to be. I'd watch this over Scream 6.
Yeah, just because it was fun. I'd still watch Cocaine Bear though over it.
Yeah,
Cocaine Bear.
Fucking Cocaine Bear just trucking along.
It's a fucking good ass movie, man. It's
I know.
fun.
Did you see the pop vinyl of that?
I did. Did you see Elizabeth Banks' new photo shoot? How she deliberately didn't shave her arms and legs and made sure that like the photographer got like the hair in the pictures and stuff.
No.
She wanted to show off her new Sasquatchian.
Sasquatchian?
Yeah.
I did not see that.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what she likes, good for her. Hey, you know, but then maybe she could be the star of Cocaine Bear too.
I mean, can you make a second one?
I mean,
I guess why not? Another bear gets cocaine. It doesn't have to be the same bear. It happens again in the same forest.
Yeah, they find an unfound. Yeah, it's the same. It's like The Hangover. It's the same plot. They just find another kilo of coke that was never found before.
Anyway, we're talking about Cocaine Bear. This on Renfield. I think it's about time to wrap this bitch up.
Yeah, I'm cooked.
All right, thanks to all the horror hounds and smokers out there for tuning in. So, yeah, I mean, fuck it. Renfield wasn't that bad.
No, and to be straight with you, I was gonna say, horror is pretty well off this year. I mean, even if Renfield's the weakest we got of the bunch,
it's not. It's Scream 6.
Scream 6, but still, in some people's minds,
and then
Renfield
next year
might
it'll be
the
Scream
weakest,
7. But
that's a strong outing. I mean, Evil Dead Rise, you know, Megan, things. I mean, it's goddamn.
The last couple years.
Ooh, dude, I'm not even fooling with you right now. My head is spinning. I'm like busy high right now.
But
go ahead and finish this outro, brother.
I was just gonna say, yeah, to follow up on what you said, even not just this year, the last couple years, horror seem pretty solid once again.
Come back.
Don't call it a comeback, Josh. Throw in some LL in there. Anyway, next week we're going to do Motherly, and we are joined by Craig David Wallace. Make sure to follow us online at High on Horror on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Bumbler, Grindr. Anyway, and then email us highonhorror420@gmail.com. You can always send them to us on highonhorror420, like I said, at all those different social media spots. And oh shit, fuck, website highonhorror.com. Almost forgot to plug the website. You can get past episodes, reviews, all that good shit.
Current episodes,
past episodes. Anyway, we're just rambling here. It's that cotton candy. So
the weed, not the actual candy.
I mean, I would go for some cotton candy.
Me too. Maybe we need to make a Wawa run.
Yeah, Wawa, did they sell cotton candy?
We'll have to find out.
Call them. Should have called them on the show. Anyway, I'm just rambling. I'm gonna stop. Catch you later.
Bye, everybody. See you next week.